Tuesday marked the 80th anniversary of a day that would live in infamy. And as we commemorate the attack on Pearl Harbor, we are reminded of the hundreds of World War II veterans who are passing away every day in America. Kenedy Sepulvado joins us now with more on that. Kennedy.
Rich, according to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, more than 230 World War II veterans pass away each day, and it is estimated they'll all be gone by 2032. I spoke with two Oklahoma veterans who were inspired to serve their country following the attack.
I remember the day Pearl Harbor was bombed.
Tom Winters was just 15 years old on December 7th, 1941.
I was down in my uncle's grocery store, and he had the radio on. Came over the radio, the news, Pearl Harbor has just been bombed by the Japanese.
It was then that Winters knew he would go to war, enlisting in the Army as soon as he turned 18. Following basic training, he was sent to the Philippines.
And a brigadier general came along and told us that he was going to put us on a ship and take us over to the other side of Panay Island and see if the Japanese wanted to fight. I thought, well, that man's nuts.
Alan Van also answered the call to action, serving aboard the USS Seahorse in the Pacific Theater.
We sank 27 Japanese ships. We were the third on the list for the number that we sank.
Van was the chief torpedo man on the Seahorse. He remembers having to ration food and water during long periods of war patrol.
It's just like the new world. Fresh water, it was just a thing of the past.
16 million Americans fought in the Second World War. The greatest generation faced the greatest horrors.
In war, it's not easy on anyone. When those bullets and bombs start flying around, you're scared as you can be. After we got back to land, we landed in Pearl Harbor. It's the first time I'd seen Pearl Harbor.
It's okay. It's okay.
And I couldn't believe. I was never so happy all my life.
On Tuesday in downtown Oklahoma City, a special ceremony took place in the park that features one of the original anchors from the USS Oklahoma battleship, which was hit by 8 torpedoes and sank within the first 10 minutes of the attack.
On that attack, 2,003 lost their lives. Another 1,143 were to be wounded. 8 battleships were destroyed or damaged. The Colorado, the Arizona, the Nevada, the Vestal, the West Virginia, the Maryland, the Tennessee, and the Oklahoma.
May God bless the lives lost at Pearl Harbor 80 years ago today. And may the legacy of the brave men aboard the USS Oklahoma live on for generations. We in Oklahoma will never forget.
A piece of that history, which was once aboard the USS Oklahoma, remains here in our state at the Oklahoma History Center.
The state would present the battleship with a silver service.
It cost $7,500 in 1914, roughly $207,000 in today's money.
The punch bowl itself has all these built-in little narratives about the state of Oklahoma. So there's lots to see.
The silver service remained on the battleship for decades leading up to the start of the Second World War.
After World War II, people thought, well, did that end up at the bottom of Pearl Harbor or the bottom of the Pacific for that matter?
Thankfully, that was not the case. The expensive silver service was located in storage in the state of Washington.
It's a wonderfully kind of personal way to look at these beautiful things that are actually related to the most horrible thing. And so it's a really fitting, I think, memorial process for us to see these and remember those people.
3,700 miles away in Honolulu, Oklahoma City's Harding Charter Preparatory High School Choir performed in the Pearl Harbor Memorial Parade. Their vocal music teacher, Dr. Jennifer Gillis, sent a statement that said in part, "This has been a wonderful opportunity to represent Oklahoma for our school, community, and students." In 2019, the U.S. Navy announced that Oklahoma will once again have its name carried across the sea as a nuclear attack submarine.